to the mayoral debate for White City, Georgia. Today's debaters are going to be Democratic nominee Luke Eddy and Republican nominee William McAvoy. I'm pretty sure I said that right, hopefully. They are currently behind stage. We'll begin the introduction here shortly. But before we begin, I would just wanted to go over some data that was presented to us yesterday on the victory for William McElroy, when he won by a total vote of 66.2% of the votage for the city of White City. So congratulating him on his win. And today will be the debate, and the election will be tonight as well. Following the debate, today they will be helping us with certain stage things with Reaper Hecate, so I just want to let her know to take care of that before we begin. And we're going to get started here. So, introducing first the Democratic nominee, Luke Eddy, who is running for the White City mayoral election position. He is campaigning for justice, safety, and civil rights. Our next and last nominee, introducing Republican nominee William McAvoy, who is running for the White City mayoral election position. He is campaigning for equal rights, better society, as well as the law enforcement side of the society. Went away from the come outs here. We Sorry about that. Alright. The final mayoral debate between Republican nominee William McElroy and Democratic nominee Luke Eddy. This debate is sponsored by the White City Election Commission. The commission has designed the format 6 roughly 5-minute segments with 1-minute answers in each candidate to answer the question. Then open discussion for the rest of each segment. Both campaigns have agreed to these rules. For the record, myself and Michael Woods decided the topics and the questions in each topic. I can assure you none of the questions have been shared with the commission or the two candidates here today. The audience here in the voice chat channel has pledged to remain silent, no cheers, no boos, or other interruptions, so we, and more importantly, you, can focus on what the candidates have to say. Before we begin, we would like everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. cameras may face back towards the moderator. All right. A lot of people have been waiting for this, so let's get down to it. Our first segment is here to simply get to know the two candidates. The first question goes to Republican nominee William McElroy. What do you think is the greatest problem facing White City now, and what actions will you take if you are elected mayor to help ease it?
I would say the most problem is the unprofessionalness from law enforcement officers by how they act, reckless drive. How I would enforce this was I'll be stricter on the supervisors, have them try to enforce more stuff. And if FBI, even then, if they see it, have them try and report it to supervisors too, help out, and basically just crack down on fixing the corruptness and recklessness of officers.
All right. Is there any rebuttal from the Democratic candidate?
And no, sir.
All right. Moving on to the second question, we will go off with the Democratic nominee Luke Eddy. Within your first 30 days in office, what will be your number one priority to get accomplished?
And my number one priority was probably what William said. I want to get corrupted cops off the streets. Many supervisors know this. This is a real big problem to our nation. I've seen many officers even break law enforcement rules such as speeding, crashing their law enforcement vehicles, and just not caring about anything, even pulling over people for no absolute reason.
All right. Do I hear any rebuttal from the Republican nominee?
Nope.
All right. Moving on to the second segment. On our second segment is affordable housing within a city. We'll once again start with the Democratic nominee, Luke Eddy. Currently, in the United States, we see the highest homeless population in the U.S. history. Here within White City, how would you support the creation of an affordable housing trust fund? And if so, how shall it be funded?
Well, of course, I don't want people to be homeless. We could make a homeless shelter for the homeless and produce more houses. I've seen the city doesn't have much houses. I mean, honestly, I would fund it myself, and the state of Georgia would as well to help people get off the streets and back into normal houses with normal water, normal food, and of course this is quite a problem as many people are homeless, and I really support this decision to fund it myself and the Georgia state if I am elected, of course.
All right. And the same question goes to the Republican nominee. Would you like me to repeat the question?
Sure.
The question is: currently in the United States, we see the highest homeless population in U.S. history. Here within White City, would you support the creation of affordable housing trust fund? And if so, how shall it be funded?
I would support it by creating multiple homeless shelters around the state and, well, not the state, well, the county and the city in general. I'll also try and invest in making some programs that will help people like get affordable food, affordable housing, affordable clothes, and all that. Do more donations, charities for homeless people. Even and then, I'll probably, if I have to, I'll invest my own money in making apartments, paying for rent if I really need to, if they're that bad in debt.
All right, there are Henry rebuttals from the Democratic candidate.
And no, sir.
Right, moving on to the third segment. Our third subject is on the economy. The third segment goes to the Republican nominee William McEvoy. As we all know, the economy has grown slowly in the recent years, and one reason is prolonged slump in productivity growth. If elected, what would you do to enhance the city economic status as well as support our city small businesses?
I would add more businesses. I would also invest in helping those businesses grow. Like the market, I'll help them like do little charities, social events to make them grow. I'll even do some other things to help out the community grow and get better.
And the same question goes for the Democratic nominee. Would you like
No. I mean, he basically said it all. I would as well do the same thing as he did.
All right. Moving on to the fourth segment. Our fourth subject is education. Many people say that would like to see an important in the city's education system, but our public schools are run by a separate entire entity, which means the local government would have to no direct control over school policy. So, if elected, how would you improve public education in the city? We'll start with Democratic nominee Luke Eddy for this segment.
Well, I would first add, I mean, healthy lunches, of course, so people could have a normal diet, normal health. Uh, Add more books to the schools, such as maybe some adventure books, maybe school books, just in general, studying books. And of course, maybe increase some security in schools, as some mass shootings have been happening around the United States in this past year.
All right, and the same question goes for the Republican nominee. Would you like to
Ba-
repeat the question?
yeah, no.
All right.
Basically, what I would do is basically some of the same stuff he did, like healthy lunches, security, probably start up a school resource or officer program, invest in newer buses, newer schools if they need it. I would even probably invest in like after school programs to help like special ed kids if they need it with homework, even study groups for people to help them study for tests and all that.
All right. Going back to what the Democratic nominee Luke Eddy said, you said that America is facing a lot of violence within school and shootings. What are some security measures that you will implement in the current White City Public School District?
Well, I would have multiple maybe security guards. Would have pepper spray, tasers, and maybe even like a trade table so we could search people's backpacks just in case they're not bringing a firearm, and that's really it.
Okay, some people may argue that they don't want their kids being searched at school. They may take it as an invasion of privacy. How would you react to that such statement?
Well, it is true. Some are, but our safety is number one priority. We don't know what could happen. I mean, would you rather allow your child to be shot, or we could just search your backpacks?
All right. The Republican nominee, do you have a response?
Yeah, I would, if anything, I would invest in like major security upgrades, like adding metal detectors at the front door so we can stop like any metal objects or like knives, guns, or anything. And then have like a security force, like 4 or 5 guards, like they're posted at all times. And if it really gets out of hand, we can add like a school resource officer or have officers posted outside. Even add more security cameras all around the building, outside, inside. The only places I would not want you to put them would probably be in bathrooms. More than likely in bathrooms, not going to happen because it's invasion of privacy. And I also agree with what Asker said over there.
About the security guards, would this be funded by the city or do a district fund?
By the city, I would personally spend my own cash that I earned through my job to provide safety for the kids and for the kids in our future.
All right. Moving on to the fifth segment. Our fifth segment is climate change. The fifth segment goes to Republican nominee William McAvoy. Scientists estimate temperatures are set to rise by at least 5 degrees within the next year or two, on top of the nearly 100 degrees temperatures felt across the nation. If elected mayor, what will you do to keep the city operable while also minimizing the max effects of rising temperatures? Republican nominee.
I would help them try and lower on using their gas price, using gas and all that. That makes everything worse. Have them try and walk, invest in bikes so they can bike around, get to work, make it a safer community for all with the gas so it doesn't like poison our animals, our plants, and keep affecting global warming.
Okay. And the Democratic nominee, would you like to repeat the question?
No.
All right.
I mean, we have many factories that produce really toxins in our air that go into the city, which is really bad for us. So we are trying our best to get the newest system and possible not to use that much smoke that will inhale in people's lungs, not to have any toxins. I mean, Fleur basically said the rest. I just wanted to add that factories are a issue as well with the toxic smoke that comes out of it.
All right. Any rebuttals from any nominee?
Nope.
All right. Lastly, our sixth segment will simply be up to the candidates to come up with a statement. This will be counted as each candidate's closing remarks, and they will be given 2 minutes each. We will start with the nominee, Democratic nominee Luke Eddy. You have 2 minutes for your closing statement.
I just want to say to everyone, no matter who we are, no matter what race or gender we are, I support my other candidate. I respect William in general, and I wish him as good as luck. Hopefully, he wishes me as well. It was a good race or battle, you may say, and I just wish everyone was happy.
All right, and the same thing goes for the Republican nominee.
I just want to say I'm thankful for all of you showing up, showing your support, and I do agree with his statement that it was a good race. I do show my support to him as well. I do not want to make this like a big argument. And I hope to see you all later and enjoy your votes.
All right, first to leave the stage will be the Republican nominee. Let's all give him a hand clap as he leaves the stage, followed by the Democratic nominee, Luke Eddy. All right, this is the end of today's mayoral debate. We're going to leave it there. William McRoy and Luke Eddy. It's been an interesting time. I want to thank you both for participating as they walk off the stage for the debate they gave us today and engage. And until then, good night, and we'll see you all when the polls results come in.